Black was a sad, unlucky kid, the kind everyone at the academy wrote off as the weakest student around. He had no dragon, no magic, nothing. His situation was basically like being a civil engineering student during placement season, everyone else moving ahead while he got left behind. Every single day, the whole academy humiliated him in front of everyone. They mocked him constantly, saying he'd never learn magic in his entire life, but none of them had any idea that the boy they saw as useless and worthless was actually hiding power unlike anything else in the entire magical world. The story opens on a strange creature standing in the middle of a jungle. In front of it lay two unconscious kids. One of them was in terrible shape. His arm had been completely severed, and he'd lost so much blood that surviving seemed almost impossible. Looking down at the two children, the creature said, "These kids, I swear, they risk their lives like they're pushing ranks in Free Fire." With that, it dropped its true form and transformed into a beautiful girl. She walked over to the injured boy and said, "Black, you weren't born into this world just to be mocked. You deserve the strongest power this world has to offer, and you are not allowed to die here." As she said this, she transferred all of her power into him. His severed arm began regenerating on its own, as if he'd suddenly become immortal. Just as his body was about to fully heal, his eyes snapped open in the real world. For a moment, he thought it had all been a dream, until he noticed the bandages and stickers actually wrapped around his arm. It hadn't been a dream at all. The next scene shifts to a high school academy. Dragons soar across the sky above it, making it clear that dragons exist in this anime's world too. The scene then moves inside the academy, where we meet the series' main character, Black. A group of kids are gathered around, mocking him openly. They taunt him for being born without a dragon and call him weak. Despite being this old, he still hasn't gotten his own dragon, and they say he spends his days begging his friends for one. From their taunts, we learn that in this world, every child is paired with their own dragon, which they use to fight and go on adventures. But Black has no dragon and can't use any magic either, which is why everyone at the academy treats him like trash. Still, none of it seems to bother him. He shows up to the academy every day and simply ignores what everyone says about him.
Next, the teacher is seen instructing all the students on how to properly control their dragons. Black doesn't have a dragon of his own, but he still listens to every word she says with full attention. The scene then shifts to after class, where Black is sitting alone in one spot. His only friend walks up and calls him out as Ash. Turns out, Black's full name is Black Ash. The two of them start talking about dragons when their attention gets pulled toward a girl walking by. She's incredibly popular at the academy, both for her looks and for owning a rare, powerful dragon she's extremely proud of. In the next scene, Black and his friend are walking somewhere together. His friend asks, "Are you joining the dragon race?" Black replies, "How can I join a race when I don't even have a dragon?" His friend suggests he just borrow one. Right in the middle of this conversation, everyone's attention shifts to a girl entering the academy. The moment she walks in, kids start swarming around her since she's the most popular girl in school. Seeing this, Black's friend blurts out, "God, if I could just get with her, my life would be made." The girl overhears this comment. Black quickly steps aside and says, "I don't even know this guy, no idea who he is." The next scene takes us to the training grounds, where everyone has gathered to practice with their dragons. Black is there too. Even without his own dragon, he's training using a practice dragon instead. All the students line up with their dragons, ready to face off against each other. The moment the referee gives the signal, everyone charges forward. Once the fight begins, Black holds his own impressively well with his practice dragon. Our attention then shifts to the girl from the start of the episode. Her name is Sylvia. She owns the only dragon in the academy capable of flying and unleashing multiple types of attacks, which makes her extremely proud of it. While Sylvia is off practicing on one side, Black is deep into his own training on the other. Suddenly, Black's opponent lands a powerful attack that sends both him and his dragon flying through the air, and by accident, they crash straight into Sylvia's dragon. The impact throws off Sylvia's dragon's balance, and it starts screaming screaming loudly. The moment the dragon starts screaming, the entire training session gets halted immediately. As soon as training stops, the teacher storms over and starts yelling at Black.
Even though it wasn't his fault at all, Black still apologizes and says sorry. As he turns around after apologizing, Sylvia is standing right there, looking furious. Seeing her this angry, Black goes to apologize to her directly, but instead of accepting it, Sylvia slaps him across the face. Even after being slapped, Black stays silent because he believes it really was his fault. But Sylvia doesn't stop at the slap. She starts humiliating him in front of everyone. At first, she mocks him for not having a dragon and throws taunts his way, but none of it bothers Black. Then, out of nowhere, Sylvia brings up his parents. The moment she mentions his parents, Black's anger spirals out of control and he lunges forward to attack her. But his friend grabs him and stops him just in time. His friend warns him, "Black, she's a girl. Everyone's gonna take her side. Don't start a fight." Hearing this, Black realizes there's no point fighting here. He'll be the one blamed no matter what. So he steps back and says, "I don't want to fight you. Just take back what you said about my parents." Sylvia responds, "I'm not taking my words back. But sure, since I'm a princess and the most beautiful girl in this academy, I'll give you a way out. If you beat me in the upcoming dragon race, I'll consider taking my words back. Though honestly, you won't be able to beat me, so forget about it." Hearing this, Black, full of confidence, despite having no dragon, declares, "I'll beat you in the dragon race, Princess Sylvia. Just watch." Right after he says this, the scene cuts to the next day, with the dragon race about to begin. Before the race starts, Reba steps up and announces that whoever wins the race gets to become her boyfriend. The moment she says this, everyone gets fired up and excited for the race. In the next scene, all the racers line up at the starting point, and as soon as the referee fires the starting gun, the dragon race begins. Once the race starts, Black pushes himself as hard as he can to win. He pulls ahead of most of the other racers, but Sylvia still stays in front of him thanks to her flying dragon's advantage. Because she can fly, she skips past all the obstacles Black has to fight through: rivers, mountains, dense jungle. Still, Black refuses to give up and stays in the race, determined to beat Sylvia no matter what. Without sinking a single thought for his own safety, he powers through every obstacle in his path and manages to overtake everyone except Sylvia. After moving forward for a while like this, Black starts to feel that the dragon he's riding is completely exhausted, and if he keeps pushing it, the dragon might actually die. So he stops in the middle of the jungle and speaks to it. "I'm sorry, dragon. I got so caught up in trying to win that I turned selfish. I was so desperate to earn back my respect that I completely forgot about your health. Sylvia's gonna win by flying anyway, so it doesn't matter now. Rest here." Black is still talking to his dragon when he suddenly hears the sound of someone falling nearby. Thinking someone might have gotten hurt during the race, he rushes off into the jungle, following the sound to try and help whoever it was. After wandering through the jungle for a while, Black spots some ruins, and there he sees a man wearing a mask. He watches the man for a moment, but the second his eyes land on the man's arm and he notices some kind of mechanical device attached to it, fear washes over him. He realizes he stumbled into the wrong place at the wrong time, so he turns and runs deeper into the jungle to save himself. Watching him run, the masked man mutters to himself, "This kid has an unbelievable amount of power in him. I'd bet he's carrying the aura of a spirit." As Black keeps running through the jungle, he suddenly senses someone running alongside him. He glances over and sees a girl chasing after him, clearly trying to kill him. She turns out to be a slave under the masked man's control. Black barely manages to dodge her attacks and break out of the jungle, but she leaps onto him, knocking him to the ground and preparing to strike. Just as she's about to attack, Black shoves her off. Being quick on her feet, she regains her balance, but the rock she's standing on starts to crumble beneath her, and she starts falling toward the cliff edge. At the last second, Black grabs her hand and pulls her back to safety, but in the process of saving her, he loses his own footing and starts falling into the ravine himself. Before the girl can even try to save him, her master arrives and says, "Don't worry about him. He's a spirit user. He'll save himself." As they talk, the scene cuts back to Black. As he's falling, he says to himself, "Maybe it's fine if I die. My life wasn't anything special anyway. Nobody except my parents would even care if I was gone, so maybe it's better this way." Right as he's saying this, the tattoo on his hand suddenly starts glowing. He thinks to himself, "What is this? Is this the moment I finally get my power, right as I'm about to die?" After glowing for a while, the light transforms into an egg. Seeing this, Black assumes his dragon must be inside, and he reaches out to touch it. The moment he touches it, the egg cracks open, but instead of a dragon, out steps a girl with pink hair. Black has no idea what's happening. As soon as Black grabs onto her, they both stop falling and gently drift down to the ground. Once they land, the girl's eyes flutter open and she finds herself extremely close to Black and completely without any clothes on. Without a word, she slaps him hard, sending him flying straight into a nearby river. After getting slapped, Black realizes this girl is far stronger than any normal person. Her strength feels equal to that of a dragon. Thinking this over, he looks up to talk to her, but the second he sees something, he turns red and quickly looks away. He asks her, "You're my power, right?" She replies, "What? You think you're my master or something? That's not how this works. I'm your master and you're my servant. Got it?" Stunned, Black can only say, "What?" The scene then shifts to the two of them inside a room. The girl says, I'm so sleepy. I'm going to bed." Black protests, "You're my power. You should be the one sleeping outside. I'll take the bed." She simply replies, "Go stand guard outside quietly like a dog and go to sleep," before drifting off. Watching this, Black mutters to himself, "Seriously? Did this have to happen to me? Whatever, at least I finally have a power now." The next scene jumps to the following morning. Black gets ready and is about to head out when he opens the door and finds 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀, the most popular girl in the academy, standing right there. She tells him, "I heard you finally got your power. Can you show it to me? I need to register it. Where is it?" Caught off guard, Black starts panicking and making up excuses. 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 cuts him off, saying, "You should be greeting me with a good morning. I'm the president," and walks straight into his room. That's when 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐻's eyes land on the girl sleeping in the bed with no clothes on at all. Seeing this, the student standing with 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐻 shoots Black a suspicious look and says, "What exactly have you been up to at your age?" Black quickly says, "You've got the wrong idea. It's nothing like that." Right in the middle of this, Black's power, the girl, wakes up and, spotting everyone in the room, snaps, "What are you all doing in my bedroom?" 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐻 steps in and says, "Black, since you're telling me this girl is your dragon, that's fine by me and everyone else. You'll just need to get her registered officially as your dragon, and for that you'll have to go see Dr. Cornwell." She adds, "Also, remember to get her some clothes before you take her to the doctor. If you don't have anything for her to wear, take mine. Just don't let her walk around town looking like this." Black thanks 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋 for the clothes. In the next scene, we finally see the girl fully dressed for the first time. She comments, "Human clothes aren't bad, though I was doing just fine without them." Right as she says this, her stomach growls loudly, and Black takes her to get some food. The two of them sit down to eat, and Black tells her, "You shouldn't be eating ice cream and stuff like that. You're a dragon. You need to eat meat to get stronger." He thinks to himself, "We haven't even figured out what's actually going on here yet. Whatever, let me just go grab some ice cream." Just as he's about to leave to get it, the girl suddenly feels dizzy and collapses onto him. Black tries to help her up, but a crowd starts gathering around them, assuming the two are trying to get romantic in public. Before Black can even explain the situation, Princess Sylvia shows up. Seeing them in this awkward position, she turns red with embarrassment and tells Black, "Honestly, I never expected much from you, but I didn't think you'd sink low enough to start this kind of thing in public." While she's still lecturing him, a strong gust of wind suddenly blows through, and Black accidentally catches a glimpse of something he really shouldn't have seen. Sylvia notices exactly what happened too, and without hesitation, she punches him as hard as she can. The scene then moves forward, showing Princess Sylvia's personal doctor treating Black's female dragon. Once the treatment is done, before leaving, the princess apologizes to Black, admitting she shouldn't have said those things about his parents and his power. After saying this, she huffs and walks off with a pout. As the princess walks away, her doctor quickly turns to Black and explains that the princess isn't actually a bad person deep down. She's just a princess, so she carries a bit of pride and arrogance, but her heart is genuinely good. With that, the doctor hurries off after her. Black is left completely puzzled that this arrogant princess actually apologized to him. He thinks to himself, so I guess she's proud, but not really a bad person underneath it all. The pink-haired girl overhears exactly what Black just said. She yanks on his cheek and warns him, "Other than me, your master, you're not allowed to have feelings for any other girl. You're my servant, so you should be thinking about me. If I catch you even thinking about another girl, I'll claw your cheeks off, chop you into little pieces, and eat you for breakfast."
Right in the middle of their bickering, Black suddenly notices someone watching them from a distance, spying on them. He doesn't think much of it though, and lets it go. In the next scene, we see Black and the girl again, still eating together. Black suddenly realizes he never even asked her name. He asks her what her name is, and she replies, "My name? I don't actually have one." Seeing her look a little troubled by this, Black says, "It's fine, that's on me. I just assumed since you're a girl, you'd already have a name. But since you're also my power, I guess it's my job to name you. Back when I was 14, I used to think about what I'd name my dragon whenever it finally showed up. Since my dragon never came, I never got to use that name. But now, I want to give it to you." Before revealing it, Black tells her he isn't sure how she'll feel about it, but he wants to name her 𝐃𝐄. Hearing the name, the girl says, "𝐃𝐄, that's actually a really lovely name." Seeing that she likes it, Black explains, "Do you know where I got this name from? The very first dragon user in this world had a dragon named 𝐃𝐄. That's why I always planned on naming my own dragon 𝐃𝐄 someday. So from today, I'm going to call you 𝐃𝐄." The moment Black names her 𝐃𝐄, the girl begins glowing. Shortly after, the sticker tattoo on Black's hand starts glowing too. Startled at first, Black gets a little nervous, but 𝐃𝐄 reassures him, "This is our bond forming. Don't be scared of it." Once the bonding process finishes, the next scene shows 𝐃𝐄 inside a washroom, since she'd eaten way too much ice cream earlier and ended up with an upset stomach. She's fine now, but meanwhile, a mysterious man appears behind her, closing in to kidnap her. Outside, Black tells Sylvia, "Actually, 𝐃𝐄 went inside a while ago and still hasn't come back out." Hearing the name, Sylvia asks, "Who's 𝐃𝐄?" "Oh, you mean the girl who was with you?" She then heads into the washroom along with her personal doctor. Inside, they find nothing except some strange residue called 𝐃𝐈𝐒 dust. This means 𝐃𝐈𝐒 was used to kidnap 𝐃𝐄. 𝐃𝐈𝐒 is essentially a special substance in this world that can drain or temporarily shut down someone's magical energy, causing any magic user to pass out. Spotting this dust, Sylvia and her doctor immediately understand that 𝐃𝐄 has been kidnapped. The instant Black hears 𝐃𝐄's been kidnapped, he's ready to rush off and find her without a second thought. Seeing him about to run off blindly, Sylvia stops him and says, "You're her master. You can use your sticker's power to trace where her energy was last used and figure out where she is right now." Following her advice, Black activates the power in his hand stickers, and a stream of butterflies emerges from his mana. These butterflies now guide him towards 𝐃𝐄's location. In the next scene, Black, Sylvia, and her doctor arrive at an abandoned building deep in the middle of the jungle. As they approach the entrance, Sylvia notices a large number of 𝐃𝐈𝐒 stones scattered around the area, stones known for suppressing a magic user's abilities. This immediately raises her suspicion. Meanwhile, inside the building, we see a female doctor. In a checkup room, 𝐃𝐄 lies unconscious on a bed, while the doctor prepares to operate on her, hoping to uncover exactly how a dragon could possibly be born in human form. The doctor speaks to 𝐃𝐄. "𝐃𝐄, you're truly a miracle. You're the first dragon ever born in human form. I can't wait to find out how something like this happened. I think you're gonna help me with this research, whether you like it or not. Shall we begin?" With that, she starts moving towards 𝐃𝐄. The doctor moves closer to begin her experiment on 𝐃𝐄, but before she can do anything, Black, Sylvia, and her personal doctor burst in. Black immediately confronts her. "What exactly are you doing with my power?" The doctor calmly replies, "Nothing much, just a little experiment." Furious, Black demands, "Who even are you, and what gives you the right to do anything to my dragon, to my power?" Before Black can say another word, the doctor unleashes her magic, along with the 𝐃𝐈𝐒 dust, draining everyone's magical energy at once. Sylvia collapses unconscious almost instantly, and her personal doctor starts fading out right after. The effect starts hitting Black too, and he begins losing consciousness as well. Watching him start to fade, 𝐃𝐄 cries out, "If you pass out right now and let me become her experiment, I will never forgive you, Master." Hearing 𝐃𝐄 call him Master for the first time ever, something shifts in Black. He realizes he's a master now, and he can't just give up like this. Pulling together every bit of strength he has, he activates the power of his sticker. Watching this, the doctor thinks to herself, 𝐃𝐈𝐒 is supposed to block any kind of magic completely, so what kind of magic is this? While she's still processing this thought, Black, for the first time in his life, manages to use real magic. Without wasting a second, he strikes straight at the doctor's 𝐃𝐈𝐒-infused magic, and with a single hit, she crashes to the ground, completely defeated. After taking down the doctor, Black rushes straight to 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄. She tears up for a moment, but the very next second, she punches him and says, "I only called you master because of the situation back there. Don't forget, I'm the one who's actually your master. Got it?" Hearing this, Black thinks to himself, this girl really is so unpredictable. People around start getting jealous of Black simply because he has such a beautiful girl by his side as his dragon, and Black, completely misunderstanding the whole situation, feels genuinely proud and happy about it. The scene then shifts to Black's classroom, where we discover his new teacher is none other than the very same doctor from before. Her name turns out to be 𝐼𝐿 Cornwell. The moment Black lays eyes on her, his mind goes completely blank in shock. After this, we cut to Sylvia, who's talking to her dragon, saying, "You are so beautiful and powerful. I'm lucky to have you as my dragon." As she says this, childhood memories start flooding back to her, memories of her and Black playing together as kids. This reveals that Black and Sylvia used to be close friends in their childhood, though that's clearly not the case anymore. Why their relationship changed is something we'll find out later. So guys, make sure you stick to that screen.
Thinking about Black, Sylvia says, "He's been my rival since childhood. I can't stand how jealous he makes me feel. How is he able to control literally anyone's dragon? Where did he even learn to have that kind of control?" Right as she's thinking this, she senses the presence of a wild dragon nearby, a dragon with no master, completely feral. The moment she checks its power level, she heads out to track it down. Meanwhile, we cut to a scene in the student council room where Black is telling Rebecca everything that happened, how two people cornered him in the jungle and tried to kill him, armed with weapons that aren't even available anywhere in this town, and how 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 showed up right in time to save his life. After hearing all the details, Rebecca figures out exactly who they were. She thinks to herself, they're still furious about the destruction from the war 52 years ago. This time, they might be trying to wipe out the entire generation of dragon users. She then tells Black that Sylvia considers him her biggest rival in the whole academy, since he's able to effortlessly control any dragon, no matter how powerful it is. Because of this, Sylvia's determined to learn how to control other dragons too, without needing her own, just so she doesn't fall behind him. Right after saying this, Rebecca throws open a window, leaps straight out into the air, summons her dragon mid-fall, and takes off to go help Sylvia. Throughout all this, Black can't wrap his head around why a princess like Sylvia would even be jealous of someone as weak as him. While Black's still stuck on this thought, the scene shifts to him and 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 together. He's still turning over the same question in his mind. Why does the princess see him as her rival? Meanwhile, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 notices he's clearly thinking about some girl. Assuming the worst, she starts scolding him, warning him he shouldn't be thinking about any girl besides her, since he's her servant now. Got it? In the middle of all this, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄's attention gets caught by a statue surrounded by a crowd of kids. She asks Black who it is. He explains that it's the kingdom's very first 𝐅𝐾 user. The armor visible on the statue is called an 𝐅𝐾, something a dragon gives to its master when it has enough power. If a dragon becomes strong enough to create an 𝐅𝐾, it grants it to its master, massively boosting that master's strength and making them nearly impossible to defeat. Hearing all this, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 becomes noticeably more intrigued by the whole idea. The scene then shifts to the same mysterious girl who tried to kill Black back in episode 1. She accidentally spots him and is stunned, wondering how he possibly survived after falling into that ravine. She thinks to herself, should I kill him now? No, he saved my life back when I fell. I can't bring myself to kill him after that. I won't even tell my master he's still alive. He's weak anyway. What could he possibly do? Let him live. Meanwhile, her master is standing atop a massive clock tower-like structure, keeping watch over the entire town. The girl walks up to him, and he asks her, "Did you notice anything unusual about this town?" She replies that the people here seem calm and relaxed, and aren't misusing their dragons. Hearing this, her master says, "Relaxed for now, but not for long. Chaos is about to hit this place. I'm about to launch my first attack." With that, he draws his sword and summons an enormous dragon, a dead one, brought back through his power. This reveals that this mysterious man has the ability to resurrect dead or paranormal dragons. The moment the dragon is summoned, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 senses a wave of negative energy. Meanwhile, several people rush to the scene to stop the giant dragon, including Rebecca, who starts using her own dragon and magic to try and hold it back. 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 arrives at the scene as well. Just as she's about to attack the dragon, it suddenly grabs her and starts pulling her inside itself. Seeing 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐄 in this situation, Black freezes, not knowing what to do. Without a dragon, he's just an ordinary ordinary person. While he's still processing everything, Rebecca readies her weapon and charges straight at the dragon, attacking it head-on. Her strike is powerful enough to completely sever the dragon's head from its body. Black assumes the dragon is finally dead, but he's wrong. Moments after the attack, the dragon regenerates its head completely. The instant its head grows back, it retaliates against Rebecca, but she manages to block the attack in time. While Rebecca continues fighting the dragon, the scene cuts to Black and Sylvia. Black urges her, "Summon your dragon quickly, Sylvia." But Sylvia is frozen in place, paralyzed with fear. She's so terrified of the dragon that she can't even move from where she's standing. Seeing Sylvia frozen in fear in the middle of all this chaos makes Black furious. He snaps at her. "So this is it? Your royal family? Your so-called strongest dragon? None of it means anything? You're just a scared little girl sitting here frozen." Even after hearing all this, when Sylvia still doesn't respond, Black loses his patience and slaps her. He shouts, "Do you even understand what's happening? Rebecca and 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 lives are on the line right now. Get up, you coward." The slap snaps Sylvia back to her senses. She quickly summons her dragon, gathers every bit of courage she has, and charges forward to attack the giant dragon. Meanwhile, on the other side, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 is just about to get fully digested inside the dragon's stomach when a special spirit-like creature suddenly appears and pulls her out of that fate. It shows 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 a hologram of Black and asks her, "Is Black Ash your master?" 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 replies, "No, I'm his master." "Well, I guess you could say he's my master." Hearing her answer, the spirit tells her, "Your master is remarkably fearless, you know. He's out there right now, fighting with everything he has to try and defeat that dragon." The spirit continues, "But without an arc, he won't be able to beat it. Because without a dragon, he's really just an ordinary human." After hearing all this, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 asks, "So what can I do?" The spirit answers, "You can create an arc yourself. You're a dragon too, after all. And lucky for you, my workshop has everything you'll need." With that, the spirit brings out a huge collection of arc parts and materials around 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂. Surrounded by all these components, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 has no idea where to even begin and asks the spirit, "How am I supposed to turn all of this into an arc that fits Black?" The spirit shows Black's exact measurements and explains that all these parts are meant to form a complete body armor, telling her to get ready to build a proper arc. Since the spirit exists in human form, she's noticeably sharper and more knowledgeable than most other dragons. On top of that, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 had overheard Black talking earlier that same morning about how a powerful arc comes together. Keeping everything she'd heard in mind, she gets to work quickly, building the arc piece by piece. Meanwhile, Black hasn't given up. He's determined to defeat the dragon and pull 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 out of its stomach. He keeps using his stickers to check whether 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 is still alive, shouting out, "𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂, just hold on. I'm coming for you. I will beat this dragon, I promise." From inside the dragon's domain, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 can see and hear everything he's saying. Seeing Black work so hard for her sake, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 gets emotional and rushes to finish the arc as fast as she can. The spirit is genuinely amazed at how quickly and perfectly she manages to complete it. The moment it's ready, the arc automatically flies straight to Black, because whenever a dragon finishes an arc, it instinctively travels to its master. As Black puts it on, he turns to Sylvia and says, "You really helped me a lot back there, Sylvia. I owe you one, but you should rest now. I've got this from here." With that, he moves forward to finish the fight. Black thinks to himself, "If I can control every other dragon out there, then I can control this one too." With that thought, he lands directly on top of the giant dragon and starts overpowering its control. Within moments, he takes full command of it, lifts it high into the sky, and unleashes an incredibly powerful spell straight at it. The attack kills the dragon instantly, clearing the entire sky. Right on time, Black also catches 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 as she falls from the air, saving her too. The scene then shifts to everyone gathering in the student council office for a small celebration over their victory. In the middle of it, Rebecca walks up and kisses both Black and Sylvia. Black turns bright red with embarrassment, nearly fainting on the spot. Watching him blush over another girl, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂 immediately starts hitting him. After this, we get a flashback to Sylvia's childhood, where a young Sylvia is seen crying. A young Black walks up to her and asks, "Can I help you with something?" Little Sylvia
responds, "No, I don't need your help. You just want to take my power away," referring to her dragon toy at the time. The scene then cuts back to the present, where an older Sylvia is staring at that same toy, lost in thought about that boy from her childhood memory. This makes it clear that Sylvia still has no idea that the boy from her childhood memory is actually Black. The next scene takes us to the auditorium, where 𝐅𝐂𝐂𝐋𝐀 formally introduces Sylvia to everyone as the newest member of the student council. Right after, she introduces Black as well, but when his name is announced, none of the other students seem happy about it at all. They start murmuring among themselves, wondering who even allowed a guy like him into the student council. Hearing all this clearly stings Black. Right at that moment, Black's only friend starts cheering loudly, doing everything he can to hype Black up, and it genuinely lifts his spirits. After Black, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 steps up to give her own introduction. She pauses for a second, scans the entire room, and then, with total confidence, lets out a loud roar, basically introducing herself the way a lion would. At first, none of the kids have any idea what she's doing. After a few seconds, some of them start laughing, and soon the whole room bursts into laughter. Seeing everyone mock her like that hurts 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 deeply. The scene then shifts to 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 and Black together. She's furious about being laughed at by everyone and keeps repeating that she has no idea what people must be thinking of her now. Black tries to comfort her, saying, "Forget about all that. Honestly, you looked really cute in those clothes today." The second he says it, he turns completely red with embarrassment. 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 brushes past his comment entirely and snatches a poster out of his hand. She asks, "What even is this? Silver Knight fan club?" Black explains it's just a fan club he's part of. She asks, "Wait, you're actually a fan of this?" Black admits, "Yeah, I guess I'm a bit of a fan of it." Right in the middle of their conversation, the scene shifts to what looks like a war zone. A massive army is advancing to attack someone. Standing opposite this army is a woman fully prepared for battle, clearly ready to take them all on. She summons her dragon, which, just like Sylvia's, is capable of flying. This hints at some kind of connection between Sylvia and this woman, though what exactly that connection is remains to be revealed later. From there, the scene cuts back to the academy, where all the students are in the student council classroom. Black is there too. Since it's the first day, everyone's introducing themselves one by one. In the middle of this, 𝐅𝐂𝐂𝐋𝐀 walks in and pulls Sylvia, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀, and Black aside, bringing them to the student council office. Once inside, 𝐅𝐂𝐂𝐋𝐀 asks Sylvia, "Do you know anything about your older sister?" revealing that the woman we saw earlier in the battle scene is actually Sylvia's older sister. The moment Sylvia hears her sister's name mentioned, she becomes visibly anxious, almost as if she's deeply intimidated by her and scared of her. With Sylvia's nervous expression still lingering, the scene cuts to show her older sister properly. Then it shifts back to Sylvia, and we see her spend the entire day looking noticeably down, almost as if she genuinely doesn't want her sister to show up here at all. As Sylvia heads home, looking visibly sad and anxious, Black happens to spot her. He asks her, "Is something wrong? You seem pretty scared." Sylvia replies, "No, nothing's wrong." The scene then shifts to the day Sylvia's older sister is set to arrive in town. A massive celebration has been organized for her arrival, since she holds an extremely respected position in the military. Most of the kingdom's major wars and battles have been won largely because of her efforts, and on top of that, she's also a princess herself. In the middle of the celebration, the scene focuses on Sylvia and Black. He asks her, "Why are you so scared of your own sister?" Sylvia insists, "I'm not scared of her. I'm just a little nervous about seeing her again, that's all." Right as they're talking, Sylvia's older sister arrives at the kingdom. She's riding in on an enormous mechanical dragon, essentially a massive mechanical warship built for attacking rival kingdoms, and it's absolutely colossal. Inside that mechanical ship is Princess Veronica. Seeing the ship, 𝐅𝐂𝐂𝐋𝐀 remarks, "So this is Princess Veronica's ship, the destructive Sylvanus."
This is genuinely incredible. As the ship opens up and Princess Veronica steps out, the entire Dragonar kingdom gathers to welcome her. Moments later, Princess Veronica makes her grand entrance, descending from her mechanical dragon to where Sylvia has been waiting for her. Sylvia greets her with deep respect. "Welcome to Dragonar Kingdom, sister." But Princess Veronica looks at her with clear suspicion and asks, "Who are you?" Then immediately attacks her. Dodging the strike, the girl says, "So you finally figured it out," and pulls off her mask. It turns out this wasn't Sylvia at all. It was actually Sylvia's maid in disguise. Right then, the real Sylvia comes running up and says, "I'm so sorry, sister, I'm late." But before she can say anything else, her older sister attacks her too. The strike tears Sylvia's clothes, leaving her completely humiliated in front of the entire crowd. Before things get even worse for her, her maid quickly grabs a shirt from someone nearby and covers her up. Watching all this unfold, Black moves forward to help Sylvia, but Princess Veronica's guard blocks him instantly, refusing to let him take even a single step closer. Watching this, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀, Black's dragon, says, "What kind of sister does this to her own little sister in front of everyone like this?" After all this, Princess Veronica continues making her way into the Dragonar Kingdom. The scene shifts to that same mysterious girl again. Then it cuts back to Black, where we learn he's working a part-time job to earn some money, while Sylvia is still lost in her thoughts about everything. The scene moves to her training intensely, using Rebecca as her sparring opponent. This wears her out completely, especially since Rebecca, being the student council president, is incredibly strong and has an equally powerful dragon. Still, Sylvia refuses to back down and keeps pushing herself hard, treating Rebecca as her benchmark. She wants to prove to her sister that she's genuinely working toward her goals. But the intensity of the training eventually exhausts her so much that she passes out. When Sylvia opens her eyes in the next scene, Black is right there in front of her. He asks her, "Why were you training so hard today?" She explains that she wants to prove to her sister that she's not the same weak Sylvia from before, that she's capable now, that she can chase her dreams and put in the hard work needed to achieve them. As she says this, her mind drifts back to thoughts of her sister. Meanwhile, Rebecca is about to walk into the room, but overhearing their conversation, she quietly steps back and leaves without interrupting them. The scene then shifts to 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀, who for some reason starts trying to get romantic with Black, but right before anything happens, Rebecca shows up just in time and stops them. She tells Black, "You shouldn't be doing this kind of thing with your own dragon, and definitely not in a public place." Black finds the whole thing bizarre, thinking to himself that he hadn't even done anything. It was all 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀. In the next scene, we're back in the student council office, where Rebecca looks at a poster in front of her and says, "This is a terrorist who's been active for the past 5 years, and she's recently been spotted here in our kingdom." Looking at the poster, it becomes clear that this is the same girl who attacked Black back in episode 1, confirming she really is a wanted terrorist. After this, we get a wide shot of the entire kingdom, showing construction work happening everywhere as the damage caused by the battle between Black, Rebecca, Sylvia, and the giant dragon is being repaired. Meanwhile, we cut to another scene with Sylvia, where a girl is walking her through the museum explaining the full history of the Dragonar Kingdom. After listening to all of it, Sylvia snaps at her angrily. "Why are you telling me all this? I don't want to know any of it." The girl responds, "You're a princess. You need to know this. Your older sister has deep knowledge of all of this. She understands politics, she understands warfare, she knows everything there is to know. As her younger sister, you should know all this too." Hearing herself constantly compared to her sister like this hits Sylvia hard and upsets her deeply. The next scene shows Sylvia inside the same hall, when suddenly terrorists attack the place. Behind this attack is the same mysterious girl we've seen since episode 1 and throughout the previous episodes. She takes over the entire hall, with Sylvia trapped inside. The explosion caused during the hijacking is visible even from outside, and Black and 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀 witness it too. Princess Veronica notices the blast as well. Seeing the explosion, Princess Veronica calmly starts walking away without reacting much. Confused, Black asks her, "Where are you even going, and why aren't you doing anything? You're the princess right now." Princess Veronica responds simply that she's heading to her warship. The scene then shifts inside Princess Veronica's warship, where she, Black, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀, Rebecca, and everyone else are gathered.
After a short while, the mysterious terrorist girl opens a video call from inside the hijacked hall and addresses Princess Veronica. "How are you doing, Princess Veronica?" She then reveals a girl on screen and says, "You must know her." Recognizing her instantly, Rebecca exclaimed, "That's Jessica!" Pointing to Jessica, the terrorist tells Princess Veronica, "I've planted numerous small Imperial mechanical bombs all around this girl. They may be tiny, but they're powerful enough to level this entire hall. So if you try anything clever, I'll detonate them immediately, and this whole town, along with half the kingdom, will be wiped out in an instant. So don't even think about trying anything smart, Princess Veronica." With that, she cuts the call. Once the call ends, Black grows visibly anxious, unsure of what they should do next. But even in this dangerous situation, Princess Veronica remains completely calm, deep in thought. The scene then flashes back, revealing exactly why Jessica ended up in this position. We see Sylvia and Jessica talking to each other sometime earlier. Sylvia tells Jessica, "If I want to save all these people, I need to let them know that I'm the real princess. They're here because of me." Sylvia continues, "And because of me, they might end up killing all these people." Hearing this, Jessica replies, "You're right, and I understand your reasoning, but as your servant, I can't let you walk straight into danger like that. Let's do this instead. I'll tell them I'm the princess and you are my servant, so whatever they were planning to do to you, they'll do to me instead." At first, Sylvia hesitates and feels uneasy about the idea, but after Jessica insists strongly enough, she finally agrees. Jessica goes ahead and tells the terrorists that she's Sylvia, the real princess, and asks them to take her captive instead and let all the hostage kids go free. As soon as she says this, the terrorists begin torturing her.